Folks, weight loss motivation time. I was watching the World Cup again yesterday, and I know I sort of mentioned this before regarding sort of England's exit from the World Cup and that sort of things in relation to sort of weight loss, fitness, health, success, that type of thing. So I was watching the World Cup last night. I watched a little bit, I watched the end of the Brazil and Chile match and a little bit of the Colombia-Uruguay match. Now, again, I do like football. I've not played a massive interest in the World Cup this year, but I did watch certainly the first 20 minutes or so of the Colombia match. I saw James Rodriguez's first goal, which was, it was class. It was a worldie. It really was a good strike. So, and then I watched the Chile game, and I saw these Chile players, and it's not exactly the stronghold of world football, as it were, but they just worked really hard. Now, what I found was, I mentioned this a couple of times, and I'll keep mentioning it. Point number one, I think, what we need to do with people is we need to get, say for example, you're looking to lose weight, get fit, be healthy. There's a lot of mystifying, changeable processes out there, scientific approaches and so on. What tends to happen is there tends to be a lot of hope, and it's an interesting word because it's got both negative and positive connotations in the world, because it's good to have a bit of hope. If I'm running a business, which I am, and I'm trying to improve it, I've got to have some level of hope that my methods will be successful if I'm implementing a lot of strategies. But the dark side of hope is that, particularly with weight loss, is that hope can make us not do stuff. It can make us think we're better than we are. It can make us get clouded by the actual reality of issues sometimes, because I think sometimes we get too caught up in the positivity of stuff and we don't actually get out and do the down and dirty work that's required to get the job done. A good example would be, I used to talk to a personal trainer about business, and they would say, when I sort of was helping them with their marketing, I'd be like, well, what are you doing? And they'd be like, well, I'm getting out there. And doing what? But it was always that sort of, I'm getting out there, I'm up early, I'm getting out there, but there was never any concrete, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So it was kind of like, well, I'm getting out there, it's kind of like a hope thing. Or what are you doing to lose weight? I'm trying my best. What are you doing? Well, I'm trying my best. Well, what exactly are the tangible tactics and strategies and things that you are doing to move this process forward? You've got to be motivated. You've got to be a little bit positive. You've got to approach it with an air of sort of optimism that it's going to work. But when it comes down to the actual stuff you need to do, you need to have that ability. So that's sort of going back to the World Cup example of this hard work and grit and grind. They weren't hoping, these players. They were just doing what was needed in order to win football matches, which in essence is close people down, keep the ball, defend well, don't concede, and score when you get the opportunities, which is quite simple. And that's, there's no hope there, it's just a simple strategy. So what I'm going to do for you today is give you a couple of quick things that I'm just going to be introducing on my daily habits guide. I'm going to be putting together some guides and stuff for people that are going to start helping people with tactics and strategies day to day, because it's not good enough just to say, oh, have a good day. You need to know exactly what you're going to do. So I'm going to give you two to start with. And it's not what to do in terms of food and diet and exercise. That comes later, because if I tell you that pizza's bad for you and exercise is good for you, at some level I'm assuming that you can process that. It's not so you don't need any more messages about that, because we're getting fatter, we're getting iller. So those simplistic "don't eat pizza" is not helping. So people are lazy, not helping. What we need to do, or come and do your half-an-hour class for £3, not helping. So what we need to basically do is move things forward a little bit. So two tactics I'm going to give you today to help you start you on a sort of healthy and weight loss journey. Use these particularly if you're really struggling. So the first thing I want you to do, and you're going to have to make a little bit of time for this. If you're, I used the example yesterday of quitters and bullshitters. The quitters are fine, because if you're a quitter, you just quit, you've quit, it's okay, it's fine. Just quit, get on with your life and be happy with the results that you don't get or whatever. If you're a bullshitter, don't keep talking about what you're going to do and then don't do anything. So the classic bullshitter line would be, I don't have time to do anything. Well, if you want something bad enough and you've got the right system, then you can find 5 minutes a day. I'm sure most people can find 5 minutes a day to do something. If you're willing to sacrifice things that are unimportant potentially in terms of weight loss. So just be careful around bullshitters, because you've got to make sure that you've got some element of flexibility in there. And you don't have to like give load, you don't have to exercise 4 hours a day and spend 3 hours preparing food. That's nonsense, but you do have to give some time to this thing. So if you're a quitter or a bullshitter, or you're around quitters and bullshitters, just be mindful of that. So anyway, so the 2 tactics are, number 1, as soon as you wake up, or within a good sort of 15 minutes of waking up, give yourself 5 to 10 minutes and just write down your goal in the present tense in terms of what you're looking to do. So for example, if it's a weight loss goal, just write down, make it realistic. So just write down, say I'm 13 stone 4 at the moment myself, and I wanted to be 12 stone 9, I would write down, I am 12 stone 9 on August the 17th, 2014. So write it in the present tense, because it tends to be, if you write I want to be, you'll always want to be instead of thinking like someone who is. So write down I am, just go with this thing for me, give it a month. I am, wait, date. Key component here, make it realistic, because these people who set unrealistic weight expectations tend to be the people who aren't doing it at the moment. So if you're not doing it now, what makes you think that all of a sudden click your fingers it's going to change? So realistic goal, realistic time frame. So a good one would be £1 a week by the end of August. So say for example you are 12 stone now and it's 8 weeks till the end of August. Right, I am, what would that be, 11 stone 6 by the end of August, at the end of August, 2014. So I am 11 stone 6 on August 30th, 2014. I am, wait, date, make it realistic, write that down every single morning for the next week at least, and just see how your mindset changed. The second thing I want you to do in that 5 minutes, once you've written down your goal in present tense with date, is write down at least one thing you're going to do that day that's going to move you forward. And it can be the smallest thing in the world. Eat 1 extra piece of fruit, go to bed 10 minutes earlier. It can be the smallest thing. I don't care what it is. It doesn't have to be groundbreaking. Just write down your goal and then follow that up with one small thing that you're going to do that day, and then tick that thing off before you go to bed. You imagine doing that for 30 days, you will have achieved 30 small tasks. This is not big stuff. I didn't do big stuff when I lost my weight, my 3 stone in 4 months, and then my 4.5 stone overall, nearly 5 stone. I did small daily improvements that made me better. So this is your task from now. Just do this. I'll put some links in the bottom in terms of me. You can contact me and let me know or ask me questions. But what I want you to do, starting from now, first thing in the morning, within 15 minutes of waking, write down your goal. I am, wait, on date. And then secondly, follow that up with one small task you're going to do that day, and then tick that off. Do that for at least 1 week. See how you get on, let me know. The longer the better, but do it for at least 1 week and let me know how you get on. Remember, 2 keys to weight loss, there is no secret. Number 1 is consistency. Number 2 is move away from the quitters and the bullshitters. Have a nice day. See you soon.